Alvin. Sorry, not Alvin, Max. Max, as you said, y-intercept. Y-intercept is when x equals what?
Y-intercept is p.
Yep. And what is the x value for y-intercept? Hannah? 0, right. When x is 0, that gives you your y-intercept. When y is 0, that gives you your x-intercept. So to find x-intercept, we let y equal 0. Okay. So x. So when y is 0 right here, I'll just write it out fully. When y is 0, anything times 0 is 0. Yeah. So that's gone. So I get x equals 2. Right? So my next step right here, to find y-intercept, what do you think I'm going to let? $1 million question, Betsy. X is 0, yeah. So in this equation right here, if x is 0, that means I get 2y equals y. So when I divide it, y equals 1. Okay. So does that mean I get the point 2, 1? Since I have x equals 2 and y equals 1 right here, does that mean I create the point 2, 1? Who says yes? Who says no? Right, because the way how I say it, you know that the answer is no. Okay. Can I draw a line with 1 point? No, right? So why would you combine these two to make 1 point? Remember, this is your x-intercept. So what is the coordinate of this point right here? Alvin? 2, 0. And this is my y-intercept. So what is the coordinate of this point? Alvin? 0, 1. And there we go. That's how we get our 2 points. So 2, 0 right here. 0, 1 right here. Why do I have such a big grid? I don't know. And there's your line. Okay. So this is just another way of graphing a line. We learned how to graph it using the equation y equals mx plus b last week. Now we're learning another method, which is by doing the x and y intercepts. Okay. Let's try number 2 here. Okay. So same format, same idea. So to find the x-intercept, I'm gonna let y equal 0. You don't have to write all this. I'm just writing it so that you're used to the format. You're used to you know what you're doing. Okay. So when y equals 0, that means I have 5x minus 3 times 0. Okay. So 5, that's gone. So 5x equals 30. So x equals what? 6. And what is my coordinate then? 6, 0. Good. 6, 0, 2, 4, 6 right here. Okay. And then to find y-intercept, I do the same thing. Let x equal 0. Okay. We did algebra in the last 2 chapters ago, so I trust that your algebra skills can solve these simple equations. Okay, so y equals 30 divided by -3. I get -10. And so what is my coordinate here? Alvin? 0, -10. Right. Okay, so 0, -10 right here. I have my 2 points, so I can connect them and draw my line. There you go. Okay. I won't do number 3 and 4 because we are a little short on time, but it's the same idea. Okay. Any questions so far? Right. So it's basically to find x-intercept, you let y be 0. To find y-intercept, you let x be 0. Right. So now let's try this word problem on page 3. Let's see. Emmy, you have a nice voice. Can you read the example for us, please?
Farm is making a mix of nuts and raisins. Nuts are $30 per kilogram, and raisins are $10 per kilogram. The total mix should cost $150. 30M plus 10R equals 150 describes the relation between the mass of nuts, N, and the mass of raisins, R, that costs $150. Determine the combination of nuts and raisins that will cost $150.
Okay, so this is bulk barn. In case you never seen it before or don't know what we're talking about, when you go inside, there's like a whole bunch of these containers that you scoop food out. Like they sell everything from like candy to chocolate to flour to sugar, and yeah, basically anything you can scoop, they sell. Okay, I think it's pretty gross because everybody touches those, like the gummy bears and stuff. Yeah, so they sell everything by the weight. Um, I I'm surprised that they didn't go out of business during COVID time. Yeah, so uh, not I don't think it's the cleanest, but yeah, so that's what it is. So between raisins and nuts, which one costs more expensive? Yanzi?
Nuts.
Yeah, nuts, much more expensive, right? So we want to make a new mix that costs $150 with the mix of the two. Right? Nuts and raisins sounds I don't know. I don't think I want to try that, but because one is salty, one is kind of sweet. Okay, so anyway, so that's what I want to do. So based on today's lesson, we are thinking to do x-intercept, y-intercept. So maybe that's what you should do. Okay, so to find x-intercept, in this case, looking at my table here, I put nuts. I'm gonna let y-intercept y equals 0, which is raisins. Raisins. Okay, so 30m plus 10r equals 150. I'm gonna let r be 0. So 30m plus 10 times r, or 10 times 0. Okay, and as we already said, anything times 0, that's gone. So 30n equals 150, n equals 5. Okay, what's so here 5, 5, 0. Okay, there, I'll conclude out. There we go. I have my first point. Do the same thing for the other intercept. So when n is 0. Okay, so what do you get for r? Jasmine, how about you? Huh? 150 divided by 10? 15. Good. All right, so 15, 0, 15. Right here, I have my 2 points. So I can draw my line. Okay. So I want 3 different combinations of them. So what's one combination of them? Okay, so actually first off, this 5, 0. For 50, what does it mean in terms of the context of the question? So, in the assignment that you guys just did, I'd asked a lot of what does this mean? Explain this, explain that.
50 means that you got 5 kilograms of nuts and 0 kilograms of meat.
Perfect. Okay, so I could teach you to do all the math, but you need to understand what you were looking for, what the answers represent. So in this case, 50 means I got all nuts, and that's why it cost me $150. And I got no raisins. I picked out all the raisins. What about this one? 0.15. And 0.15 would mean, Brian, what do you think? Yep, 0 kilogram of. And yeah, good. Okay. What if I want a combination of two? Can someone give me a combination of both? Okay, look at your graph. Basically means, can you pick another point on the graph? Hannah? Can you choose another point on this graph? Okay, looking at this graph right here, looking at this line, so this one I can tell is 50. This one I can tell is 0.15. Is there another nice point on here that you can tell the numbers easily? I'll zoom it in. There are a couple that you get nice numbers. Is there any other point that you think looks nice with whole numbers? Okay, yeah, you could do this one, but yeah, but it's a little hard to see. Would this point be better? Okay, what would the coordinate of this point be? 1 and 12, right? So if we follow the same format, 1 and 12 would mean perfect. Yeah. So that's why sometimes doing x and y intercept to graph your line, you can find the combinations easier this way. Okay, Betsy, can you give me another one? 3 and 6. That's right. This point right here. So 3 and 6, same idea. So 3 kilogram of nuts, 6 kilogram of raisins. Right. So if you do that mixture, your mixture would also cost $150. Is this so? Just like on your assignment, is this should this be a dotted line or solid line? You had a similar question on the assignment, dotted or solid? Can you have decimal values? Yeah, right. I could have like 4.2 kilogram of nuts and 2.8 kilograms of raisins. So yes, all these values right here, it doesn't have to be these ones. These are just the easier ones to point out. But yeah, you can have any combinations. Right? If I ask, you could give me 10 different combinations. Okay. So that is all. This is the homework questions on the next 2 pages. So number 4 to 8 and 13. Answers are on the page 6. Okay, sounds good. So you still have about 15 minutes or so to start on the homework.